Okay guys, my last video didn't have a sound, so on this one we are here to rectify that and also update you guys. Okay, so from my point of view, nothing much has changed. This is how we are looking daily, and then this is how we are looking weekly. Okay, in which I still believe that we are still gonna push at least up. At least we can push up here, and then we can drop from there. Okay, and there's still a higher possibility that we can push all the way up here, which is gonna be around 4,265 before we can start looking for continuous drop, because we all know that this downtrending consolidation is gonna end around this zone down here. Okay, so we've been making a series of lower highs and lower lows ever since it started. And then if you look at your daily, this is how you look daily, and then it's pretty much clear when we are down on the 4 hours. You can see what I mean. Okay, lower highs and lower lows, and that's what we've been seeing, and also it does signal that we are pretty much going down. Okay, why did I choose these zones for drops? First, we have this lower liquidity here, which if we can just sweep a bit above it, and also looking at this pivot point that we once had an FVG here. Okay, then we can play with that role, and also looking at this imbalance, which will make it an inverse fair value gap there. Then we can continue down from there. Okay, and I was also looking at the state of the dollar index before we can start discussing the gold chart. Let's see the core correlation instruments. So we can look at where the dollar is, or what the dollar is trying to achieve at this time. Okay, so weekly we can see that the dollar can only reject above here. Okay, this is where we can see the dollar hitting and maybe retracing back to this zone before it makes its last move up here and then drop. Okay, we might hit here and then drop from there. Okay, so if we are gonna be looking for such things instead of the dollar dropping first, then yeah, on gold we are pretty much gonna be a bit bullish and then bearish after. So we look at it daily. On a daily time frame, you can also see what happened, or why we ended up having those last 2 days as buys. This is the reason. You can see 2 days we bearish on the dollar side. So the reason gold is gonna be going up first is because we can see that the DXY might want to cover a bit of this liquidity down here before it start moving back up. Okay, it might also trade back down to this FVG here, which is gonna get gold to that higher level before we start seeing the drop. Okay, it might come and tap here for a retest before it continues up. These are the things that we might be looking for on the dollar index. Okay, these are the things that we might be looking for on the dollar index before we continue up. Okay, we can hit here, we can hit exactly on the zone like on 100.2 before we continue up. Okay, which means that gold is gonna be buying. If the dollar index is dropping consolidation like this, gold has enough opportunity to buy. Okay, so another correlation instrument that we need to check is gonna be US10Y, which are yields. Okay, which are the yields. The yields are it was given to me that they were gonna drop. Okay, I knew that the yields were gonna drop. I think I said it before that the yields are about to drop. I'm gonna be looking for a drop on the yields. Okay, I remember touching on that part on my previous videos, and then I said we might be looking for a drop on the yields because of this resistance here. Okay, and then we can see how the market has been touching that and then failing to break and hold. So we ended up breaking below. So on the yield side, like I said, the dollar is dropping. So on the yield side, I'm not expecting to see them drop all the way down there. What I can do, I'm gonna clone this and bring this for a support. I'm gonna put it there. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm gonna be expecting. So let's see what will happen if the yields are consolidating towards this. Then we are gonna be looking at this range here. Okay, we can see that the market had a consolidation here, which ended with a break out there. So we are gonna be looking at that area there, which we just break. Pretty much possible that we might just come and retest here, and then the yields will reverse and continue up. That will be dropping while we are seeing this thing happening. Okay, so now let's go on gold. Let's go on gold and look at gold, and then I will explain everything on gold. So we can see that gold opened with a gap below, and we started by trading going down. Okay, but for a day to continue down like this, it's pretty much rare. Okay, let's go to the daily time frame, and then I want to show you something. Okay, so this is the daily range now, and then we can see that's gonna be the resistance of it. Okay, so if we could have opened and then we started by going up and take out the high and then we drop back inside, then yeah, I was gonna be interested on the drops to take out the low also. But this now where we are, I'm gonna use my Fibonacci here to show you what I see exactly on this market. We are most likely to continue higher than lower when we are looking at this now. Okay, and remember the price I called for when I say 4,260. This is the high that I was talking about. So there's more chance of us reaching high there if the dollar index and then the US 10Y continues dropping. Okay, gold might buy all the way back up here before we start dropping. Those are some of the things that we can look at. So we can see that here is the 38% of the Fibonacci retracement where gold just tapped. Okay, going down to the 4 hours again, we can see how strong of a zone or an area this is. So let's go down to hourly time frame, not to forget this resistance here is could have been acting as a resistance which was broken, turning into a support. So let's see how it looks on the 1 hour time frame. So we can see here on the 1 hour time frame, we were able to break and retest it here, and then we continue up. Now we consolidate coming down. Okay, so for me, I'm gonna mark this area here on gold as our POI. Okay, in fact, I'm looking for this retesting candlestick body. I'm gonna take this as our point of interest now on gold. Okay, this is gonna be our POI on gold, and then we are gonna be looking for push highs. First target is gonna be exactly around 4,100. Looking for first on gold are gonna be long trades. Okay, and then our stop loss right below 4,041, and then we are targeting 4,160 as our target. Okay, so you can see we make the first this is the first leg of this impulsive move. So what I'm gonna do, I want to measure from there to there and then clone this, and then yeah, there's a high chance that we might come below here, but I'm gonna go with that movement there. Okay, I'm gonna go with that movement there. I don't believe that we can consolidate that much. And then as for a leg up, we just have to that same movement. And it doesn't mean that when we hit here we are gonna shift immediately to start looking for sell. Only if the market is telling us that yes, of 4160. Okay, I believe this is only fair, or this is gonna be a good trade if it's taken how this is. We can see that this is the moving average that we have here, acting as a short-term resistance there. The moment we break above this thing, then gold is gonna continue rallying up there. We can see how it looks on the 15 minutes. You see it's below on the 15 minutes, which means that the only market stopping us is the one on the 30 minutes. Okay, so what we are gonna be waiting for is just a last dip. We might get a last dip in here, a smaller last dip, which might come and retest here, and then that's what we are gonna be going for. Okay, so we're gonna take our trade around 4059, and then our SL is just gonna be below 4041. That's what we are gonna be on a lookout for. That's what we are on a lookout for when it comes to gold today. Okay, we are not gonna go bearish as for yet. We are only gonna be bearish if we are trading below this area here and then retest on it, then we can go down. But for now, let's target that high, and then we can look for sales when we get to that high. Okay, that's it.